Well, good afternoon. Today is Sunday, May 18th, and we have one birthday today. Today is Lori Garson's, Garso, G-A-R-S-O-W. Lori, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Lori. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. Well, I hope you have a great birthday because you're the only one that let me know it was your birthday today. We have one anniversary. It's Carla and Kevin Saliars, Salayers, Carla and Kevin, 6 years. Happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary. Well, I hope you have a great anniversary today. What's going on? Not much going on. I got lots of birds out there. I fed my birds yesterday. I have reached the point today, just one day, it just hits me that it's time for a haircut. It's time. It's just time. But I got to do something here real quick, so I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I was getting a little notification that my storage was getting full, and I didn't want to be babbling on and then have it cut off, and then I didn't not know where I was at. But anyway, my hair it's getting heavy on top again. When I start doing this with my hair at night, playing with my hair doing this, then I know it's time. So you have a little clue into what I do at night when my hair is too long. And it's just not, okay, forget it. Anyway, it's cold. It's cold in here. Like I have a sweatshirt on. We sleep with the window open in our bedroom. And we had the kitchen window open too. And it got into the 40s last night. And so my house is cold, but I refuse to turn the furnace back on because we've already officially turned the furnace off. Although it's supposed to be a cold week this week, so I have a feeling we're going to be kicking that furnace on again. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see about that. This would have been nice the other day when my kids were over complaining about how cold it was, or hot it was in here, which I didn't think it was hot at all. But anyway, I got up this morning and I felt like going out to breakfast. We haven't been out to breakfast. Breakfast is my least favorite meal to eat out. It's just my least favorite meal to eat out. But I was hankering for some pecan pancakes, and so I thought, well, let's go to the Pancake Factory, which is like a pancake house. So Jim and I went there. We got there just before they closed. They closed at 2. We got there a little after 1, which is an odd time to have pancakes for breakfast. But that man of mine, he just kind of annoys me because it's not cheap to eat out. And, order something that you're going to eat. So he ordered this omelet that was on special, Italian something, omelet. And then when the waitress come over, he was asking, well, can I not have this in it? Can I not have that in it? And she says, well, it's a mixture that they put in it, so I can't do that. So he says, yeah, okay. So I told him, I said, you're not going to like it. You should just order something else. And he says, no, I'm going to like it. I'm going to like it. I says, you don't like their omelets because they bake them. They don't make them, it's not like a scrambled egg mess like mine usually are. or it looks like a really nice looking omelet, like Joan. No, it's a baked omelet. And it was the special, and it was $13.95. And then they charged 30 cents an egg upcharge. There's a sign that said temporary upcharge for eggs, 30 cents each. So it was another 90 cents. We were thinking it was $13.95 for the omelet. That included the 90 cents. No, it was another 90 cents. So it was like a $15 omelet. And Jim took 3 bites out of it. And he says, I don't really like it. And then he pushed it to the side. It's like, because I was taking him out to breakfast with my money. So I think if it was his money, then I would think, okay. He did offer to pay, in his defense. He did offer to pay for the breakfast. But I said, no, I was the one that said I would take you out. So I had some pecan pancakes, and I had the smallest, I know I'm sounding like I'm complaining. Now I know I don't eat out breakfast. Because it was like, honest to God, the sausages were about that big around, if that. And they were $6.95 for two of them. But 2 of them used to be like 1. It was good. They were good. Well, I shouldn't say they were good. They were cold, but they were still good. They were still good. But the server that we had, she was like in no man's land. She really was. She just like walked around. When she got to our table, she said, "Can I take your order?" And then Jim says, "Well, could I get a cup of coffee?" And so she said, "Yes." And I thought, okay, well, we must have to order before she can get the coffee. So we ordered our breakfast, and then she left, and no coffee coming. And Jim said, coffee with cream, because the sugar's already on the table. It took her forever. I'm going to say it took her a good 10, 15 minutes before she brought back his cup of coffee without the cream. And I always get a glass of milk with my meal. And so she come back finally with my glass of milk, which I didn't need until I got my meal anyhow, and his cream. And then I would say we waited it was busy, but not super, super busy, but there were empty tables, so it wasn't like they were packed. I would say it took a good 45 minutes before we got our breakfast. And then she brought it one at a time. First, she brought Jim's omelet. She never came back to refill his coffee, not one time. She didn't come back to refill his coffee, not once. She come back with his omelet and set his omelet down. And then she left, and maybe a minute or two later came back with his little side. He got pancakes instead of toast. Came back with his side of pancakes. And then she walked away again. And then she came back with my platter of these two pathetic-looking sausage things. And then she walked away again. And then she came back with my pecan pancakes. And then Jim says, "Could I get some more coffee?" And she never came back with the coffee. Never came back with the coffee. And so then I was still eating, and she took my plate away. And I said, "I'm not done, And so she says, "Oh, I'm sorry." So she put the plate back. And because I had like a I had a carry-out container because another server had brought me a carry-out container. And so I put the two pancakes in because I couldn't eat the whole order. But I had like one pancake that I was still eating. And I think maybe she saw the carry-out container on the side, but I had my fork in my hand and I was going on to my plate to cut the pancake when she took the plate away. And I went, "Excuse me." And so then she put the plate back. Now Jim's had half of his omelet sitting there, and he had his napkin curled up on top of it and his pancake dish empty on top of the eggs. She didn't take that. That was obviously ready to go, but mine wasn't. So she goes and gets the bill, brings the bill back, and takes my plate at that point, and then takes my napkin and my silverware and I still had a glass of chocolate milk. I was going to grab it was like, I thought, oh my gosh. And where I was sitting, I could see where she was, and she just, I guess, and she wasn't new. I've seen her there before. Thankfully, we've never had her as a server. Now I know why. But she hasn't mastered the art of putting, like they all have them all up and down their arm, type of thing. But so I just was so, and then I was so looking forward. I mean, the food was good, but I mean, it was, I know I sound like I'm complaining. This is why I don't eat out breakfast, because it's not my favorite meal, and I kind of want it to be right, and I want it to be hot, because it really wasn't hot. All right, stop complaining. Jeez, oh Pete, it's a Sunday. You're complaining. So then we called Christy, because Christy lives by the Pancake Factory, but she wasn't home because Sophia had some kind of orientation today that Christy was at. So then we just came home. Now Jim's watching his Tiger game. I was going to go out and water. It's really chilly. It's supposed to be chilly all week, but right now it's really kind of chilly right now. So I'm just going to sit here and I'm watching my birds. I get such joy in watching them. I mean, they're not the prettiest birds. Terry Weeks has got the prettiest birds that come to her feeder. Mine are just drab. I got the red-tipped blackbirds. I got some woodpeckers. I was so excited when I had that yellow bird that one time. I forget what they said it was called. He only came one time. Was it a goldfinch or something? One time. That's all he ever came. One time. And then occasionally I get cardinals, but I get lots of sparrows. Not pretty birds. They're just all brown. I've seen more robins this year than I've seen in a long time, though. I've seen about 3 or 4 robins. Yeah. So, I'm going to watch some TV today. I haven't got anybody put a video up today, unless they're waiting until later on this afternoon. put their videos up. Other than that, not much going on. Just kind of hanging out, doing nothing. Yeah. So that's going to do it for today. So like, comment, subscribe, and share, and we'll talk again tomorrow. Hopefully I have a little bit more to talk about. Not so much complaining. Oh my gosh, so much complaining.